I'll do that. Hi, I'm Tom Blomain. Welcome to Graffiti. I've spent the last couple of weeks working with these wonderful children on poetry. Have you guys had as much fun as I have? Because I really did. We did this last year. This is our second annual poetry club on Graffiti. And I don't know, this year it might have been a little more fun. I don't know, it was pretty fun last year. But you guys were great. And I really hope that you enjoyed yourselves as much as I did. What we did in the back room here, each week these children would get together, sit in a circle, and talk about poetry, and ultimately write poetry, which they're going to read today.
The world is more than I thought. On my hand, it's mostly a blue disc.
The world is made of horse's milk chocolate.
But since they were all assigned to write a poem, so was I, and I had to do that. Miss Sarah had me write a poem, and I did. I wrote one this morning about you guys. And I'll read it right now, and then you can make fun of me. You can see that I wrote it on a little scrap of paper sitting in my car this morning. And as when I write things, I always cross out and I make a lot of changes. This one I am calling The Children Teach Poetry, because you guys teach me more than I teach you. Children circled with questions about poems, smile over lessons without rules. They use the words home and school, mom and dad, friend, bloom, disaster, and dog, and giggle over each other's spilled out rhymes, until it is time to go, when they dutifully rise and turn to the door, each one a trophy of hope, full of future, and words worth hearing again and again and again. That's for you guys. So you viewers, enjoy yourselves in this show. Miss Sarah is going to make the introductions, and you're going to hear some wonderful children reading their wonderful poetry. Thank you a lot, kids. Good luck in everything you do.
All right. Now, the first person that we have reading tonight was not actually in Poetry Club, but she begged me to let her read her poem tonight. So first we have Jocelyn. So come on up. You can stand up right there. Go ahead and read it.
My title is Rainbows. Oh, how I love rainbows. They are so colorful. They are so beautiful. I just can't stay away from beautiful, colorful rainbows. But when they go away, I miss them. I miss the sight of them. I miss the beauty of them. I miss the sight and the different colors of them. Go around.
Very nice.
Which way? This way?
All right, thank you, Jocelyn. Next, I'm going to ask Ava if she would come up.
Summer nights. Darkness folds around me, warm, soft darkness like a dream. The silken fabric of the nighttime, on and on without a seam. Among the dew-jeweled grasses, I listen to the night. On the dark horizon glow the last shreds of light. Crickets chirp their symphony, frogs take up the tune. Soon the cold will rule the nights, oh how much too soon. A wood thrush trills his sweet sad song, summer won't be with us long.
Okay, I'm back again. Thank you, Ava. That was excellent. There she is. Ivana, would you like to come up and read yours now?
The seasons. In spring, flowers it will bring. In summer, the air gets hotter. In fall, the birds will get a call. In the winter, it's colder. And I have another one. Is it spring yet? Is it spring yet? Winter is over, don't forget. But still, you're not wet. No rain from sunrise to sunset. It's almost May, don't get upset. So, is it spring yet? You bet.
All right, we lost a couple of people because of strep throat. So I have a poem here written by Nathan Whitney. Jacob, I'm sorry. Jacob Whitney. And it's an interactive poem, so you have to have your thinking caps on for this one. And those of you who have already heard it, all right, keep quiet. The name of the poem is Milo. I have an animal who lives in my house. He is very friendly and runs all about. He likes to play fetch
and catches his tail. He never has gone to jail alone or with a whale. Can you guess what kind of animal it is so far?
People who have been here don't say what the answer is.
When I find him sleeping, it's not on my bed. I find him asleep on my brother's instead. Put your hand under his tongue when he's drinking, and he'll lick your hand instead. His tongue is soft, bumpy, and dry. Feels like soft sandpaper against your skin. Have you guessed it yet? It's not a bat.
My pet Milo is a cat. Right, very good. So that one was by Jacob Whitney. So you can give him a round of applause. All right, and next we have Jacob's sister, Keely.
My poem is Winter is gone and spring is here. Alas, winter is gone and spring is here. Spring will come with sunny cheer. Winter with snow and as cold as ice. Now to warm up things with a cheer so great, spring will open your eyes to a warm sunny day. Now we will forget the cold, the ice, and the snow, and now we will see a world with a sunny glow.
All right, I have another one from somebody else who's down with strep throat. This is from Teresa Hutchins, and her poem is called Thinking. I am thinking about lots of things, pretty flowers to ocean wave powers. I am thinking of home sweet home, in my head while I am in bed. I am thinking of streams and wonderful dreams. That's by Teresa. And next we have Esther. Do you want to hold on to it? Yeah. All right.
As I look at you, I see a beautiful form. You're brilliant as a diamond, yet more radiant than sunshine. You're tiny as a rabbit, yet bigger than a fish. You're as pure as rain, yet clearer than water. You're smarter than an owl, yet there's still much to learn. You're as bright as the moon, yet more dazzling than the stars. You're as refreshing as shade, yet more delicious than a cool glass of lemonade. You're younger than a foe, yet older than a premature. You're prettier than a sunset, yet there's still much to see. You're as sweet as syrup, yet sweeter than candy. You're as priceless as gold, yet more valuable than money. You're my child, yet better than I have ever wished for. You're everything God made you, yet you're even more.
Thank you, Esther. Okay, thank you very much, Esther. I have one from another young woman who couldn't be here tonight, from Raina. This is called Dolphins, Dolphins. Dolphins, dolphins, I love dolphins. Dolphins, dolphins, they are sweet. I wish I could meet a dolphin. That would be neat. And that's by Raina. Okay, Hazel, are you ready? Come on up. Can you hold it?
Okay. The title is I Saw a Ship a-Sailing. I saw a ship a-sailing on the sea, and oh, it was a-laden with pretty things for thee. There were comfits in the cabin and apples in the hold, and the sails were made of silk, the masts were made of gold. The 24 sailors that stood between the decks were 24 white mice with chains about their necks. The captain was a duck with a packet on his back, and when the ship began to move, the captain said quack, quack.
And can you tell us who that was by?
Mother Goose.
And I have another one. Okay. And let us know who this is by, too.
All right. This is by Shel Silverstein, Hug-O-War. I will not play at tug-o-war, I rather play at hug-o-war, where everyone hugs instead of tugs, where everyone giggles and rolls on the rug, where everyone kisses and everyone grins, and everyone cuddles and everyone wins.
Thank you very much, Hazel. I have one more from someone else who couldn't be here. This is by Hannah Whitney. It's called New York City. City lights, city cars, city everywhere you look. Chinatown, Times Square, and Little Italy, too. So why don't you come with me to see all the cool places to be? That's by Hannah Whitney. Okay, and next we have Caitlin. Okay. Sorry, we're doing that later. Next, last but not least, we have Jeremy. Come on up. There you go, buddy. That's perfect for you, huh? Right in there.
The title of my poem is Weird Eating. Dump a cup of spaghetti with really sweet grape jelly. Mix it up with a touch of a tiny small eel with 20 times more weight than steel. Bring in 2 people and study their faces while they look at their food. I hope it tastes good with 40 worms to stay.
Very nice. All right, I think we have a couple of people that maybe wrote 2 that they would like to read, and they didn't get to read them both while they were up here. Can you raise your hands if you have another one that you'd like to read? Esther and Keely? Okay, and Ava, okay. Keely, why don't you come on up first since you're in the front?
This one is called Free. I'm on a mountain, but none can see me. I'm climbing a tree, but no one can hear me. I'm running across the plains, but none seem to notice me. I am alone, it is like I am flying, I'm free. I feel like I can soar among the clouds, but I am free.
Thank you, Keely. Esther, would you like to come up?
This one's called The Unwelcome Guest. As I was playing in the school one day, a monster walked in and started to say, "Hey you, do you want to play?" I answered, "Okay," and he started for the hallway. At the art room, the monster decided to stop. Then he started to do a karate chop. He splattered paint all over the place, on my face, and even on Miss Fanny's workspace. The monster started to laugh and giggle. Then he stood on a desk and started to wiggle. He ran out of the room dripping and wet. I knew this was something I would never forget. The music room was the monster's next address. There he made a tremendous mess. He stuffed the tubas with lots of sunblock, and he put on a tape with blaring rock. The monster started talking in a monotone. Then he started to blow a saxophone. The room sounded like a war zone. I stood there frozen as I began to moan. In the social studies room, we were studying Bangkok. On the board, the monster wrote, "What's up, Doc?" Then he stuffed the keyhole with chewing gum, and he ran out of the room yelling, "Fee, fi, fum." In the lunchroom, the monster started a food toss with meatballs, pretzels, and slimy applesauce. Then the monster went skating in pizza sauce. I prayed that someone would show him who's boss. The monster began to shout, "This is so cool. Have a happy April Fool." Then he did a twirl as he ran out the door. I hoped I would see him no more. Well, I learned a big lesson that day. Never tell a monster you want to play. He may look innocent, that is true, but please don't ever let him fool you.
Thank you, Esther. And Ava, do you want to come on up?
This is called Tiger's Dance. Tiger's Dance, pacing, 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 behind the cold steel bars, beyond anger, beyond frustration, beyond sorrow and despair, beyond everything but pacing, 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 until exhaustion forces him to retreat to the shadows, and even in sleep, paws of fire burn a glowing path across his blackened mind, pacing, 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 pacing. The flames in his spirit, kindled by his first milky breath to blazing, leaping gold, now smolder to the swirling white ashes and thick black smoke that is life without living, a wild beast's heart that beats to the cruel rhythm of pacing, 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 the tiger's eternal dance of captivity. But the fire lives on in his heart. One day when the steel bars melt at his hot breath and the city crumbles at a touch of his mighty paw, then the ocean will part like a curtain and a bridge of bright fire will rise. Then his thunderous roar will shake the earth and the very sun will rest upon his massive rippling shoulders. But until then, all that is left is pacing, 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 pacing. And with each padding step of each silent velvet paw, he is dying, 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 dying. A million deaths for our pleasure.
Thank you. Very nice, Ava. All right, can we give one more round of applause for all these kids and their very talented poets? Caitlin, do you have one that you would like to read? Yeah. All right, come on up. Tell us who it's by, okay? By William Cole.
This poem is by William Cole. It's called "I Always Get Things Right." In backwards land, cats go meow and dogs wow bow. Cows go moo and ducks go quack. An entire barnyard backward bine. But you'll never see me that like anything saying.
Thank you very much, Caitlin. All right. Well, now I think we're going to turn it over to Tom for a little closing.
Thanks, Sarah. Thank you, guys. That was so cool. You guys are so cool. You know that? You are all so cool. That poetry was awesome, wasn't it? And it was just so cool. And you have such great poise here. That's wonderful. You should be very proud of yourselves. I'm proud of you. So anyway, thanks for joining us for this poetry club, Graffiti. And I'm Tom Blomain. See ya.